Hello. What are you doing here? Oh, the Alliance tournament. How unexpected. Welcome back. So, Hydra on. Paiste chose the honorable way out, self-destructing the scimitar.
I think that was the way to go after that shameful display on this stage of the matches.
Shameful?
Why would you bring that setup again? I mean, we've seen it countered already. We've talked about it. Hydra brought the perfect counter to the ECM team. Those Kitsunes
They were just popping.
melted.
Yeah. Sorry, what happened?
This is how
All right.
Kitsunes pop.
Okay. Bad setup at this stage.
Well, a little bit too predictable. I mean, we already talked about this last week. We said that bringing ECM setups shouldn't be the way to go. Okay, we got a couple of good ECM teams today, which mixed it up a little with 2 Tengus for damage and did a fair bit of damage in there. But this was a setup from last week, and everybody's been testing against that for a very long time. So why bring it at this stage?
But at the same time, in the first round today, people weren't bringing the ECCM setups, so maybe they decided to roll the dice.
Yeah, but somebody like Hydra
They knew.
would not work and never could have worked.
What about the rush teams? Rush teams, rush teams, rush teams. When are we seeing a really, really good counter that other teams are going to latch onto?
Well, we've already seen that there is anti-rush teams that Darkside fielded in the group stages against a rush team, and they completely obliterated it. Rush teams work because, well, they do a lot of damage, and all you need is a couple of ships being unjammed against an ECM team, and you can take down those dominoes, and once you start the chain reaction, they just melt.
Which is what happened here. Kitsunes died, huge part of the E-War was gone, and then just rolled there.
What was interesting about the Hydra's setup on this particular occasion was that they were using artillery Sleipnirs, which of course they have done already in the group stages, but it worked particularly well against this ECM-based team because those Kitsunes it was like, why bring them at all? They just weren't doing anything at all.
They didn't need to get chased down, get more chance to jam on whatever. It was just from downtown, kaboom.
All right, fair enough. I do like that little maneuver. It makes me happy. I hope we get to do it again in one of the later matches. So we have one match left. It's Voltron versus Razor. I didn't like Razor that much in the group stages, but I've quite come to like them now. Shadu, I have a feeling that you'd be rooting for Voltron here.
Razor's performance has been slightly... I mean, I've given them props in the past on the group stages. They've done really well, but I think it has come to an end of the road for them. Voltron has just obliterated through their opposition in this match, this tournament. They are, I think, coming to me, it's one of those strong contenders, number 2 perhaps on my list. So we'll see.
Wait, number 2. So your list is Darkside, Voltron, then Hydra.
Yes.
Oh, harsh. Where are they on yours?
I want to give Razor a little more credit. They've been around a long time. They have good FCs. They have practice. They have been pretty rough this tournament. I do agree with you there. But they're my old buddies. You know, I can't turn my back on them now.
Didn't you guys turn your back on them when they got attacked?
No.
Oh,
We sent defense fleets.
All right. I thought you'd say we can't turn our back on them again.
No, that's not what happened. That would never happen. A goon never turns his back on a friend.
Okay, so you fought.
Except that
TM.
one time, and the one time before that. And
So you did valiantly send your fleets to defend.
Of course we did.
All right.
Every time.
They didn't.
Usually having more defense fleet than perhaps the people who were being attacked.
They sent defense fleets to Morse's Maze space, not to Razor space.
Well, once the NC broke up, it was sort of all she wrote at that point.
So you actually didn't send any defense fleets to
Well,
Razor
they
space.
broke up. I mean, let's be reasonable here.
All right. Let's
Sinking ship.
let's stay off the politics.
Damage
for now.
control.
I agree.
Okay.
Any other
so
cliches I can throw in?
should we just great friends of Razor, all that stuff, but talking about practice teams. So we have Outbreak and Hydra practicing together, and they are both still in the tournament. Pandemic Legion, do you guys have a practice team?
We've tried some of that, if I remember right, in the past, but Seamus has definitely taken the approach that we have enough pilots in Pandemic Legion now to do tests on our own, which gives us a little bit of an advantage. Of course, this year, though, what we failed to counter was Outbreak's and Hydra's use of wormholes, which we were not able to spy upon, and that kind of came and bit us in the behind.
They actually went on CC into wormholes and did wormhole logistics on CC to hide their practices.
Gotta give them, that's wow. They've definitely, I
that's
think
serious.
if they do win, even though they're number 3 on my list, you have to give them credit for just running an amazing practice and team this year.
So we're going to check out a contest, we're going to check out the schedule, but first, just to round this up, no practice team. What about the teams that do have practice buddies? So Hydra is still in it, Outbreak's still in it. They could realistically play a final against each other.
They could.
What do you do if your opponent's seen all your setups?
And always keep
vice
something up
versa?
your sleeve.
Is that how it's done? Do they have the secret?
You try to keep something up your sleeve, but they're probably going to question if they do end up in the final. They're going to have a little bit of an interesting time to decide what exactly they're going to run. I don't know how it's going to work out.
All right. Well, we'll see. Okay, we do still have contests. Let's see what we have right now. This is the viewer competition. Hopefully, you can send in your bet on this. This is Darkside versus Outbreak. This is going to be a magnificent match. It is a EVGA and NVIDIA gift. They are our good friends. I'm holding it right here. This is the single graphics card that powers all of Tranquility. So if you want all the power of Tranquility within your computer, this is the graphics card you want to win. So go to eveonline.com, go make your bet, and hopefully win it. All right, let's go for the schedule then. Let's quickly see what we have left, or where we are. So first round's done. We see Darkside versus Outbreak and Hydra versus Voltron or Razor. Voltron being Shadoo's guess. I kind of want Razor to go through that. MR setup just made me really happy.
Yeah, me too. Like I said earlier, I like lasers. Lasers are pretty.
Yeah, they kind of are. Let's see if Pretty wins. I like the graph. Of the 21-30 match, only one team will go to the next stage, which is the winner stage. It's gonna be very exciting to see who plays that final match against no one as the winner.
The best stage.
Remember that we've had our PCU contest too. You can win this laptop, not this exact one, but the model, and that's of course gonna be announced as well. All right, so Alliance tournament's almost done. Back to regular life. What's up in EVE for you guys?
I've kind of been out of the loop for about a week. I did read a post today that we're going to be taking in the Executor Corp of Wildly Inappropriate, that is the Wildly Inappropriate Corporation. So we're going to make some new friends, and we're going to go fight some people in space. I believe perhaps some Titan blobbing people.
All right. So more puppies for the puppy.
More puppies for the puppy throne.
So how big a corporation? I haven't really been keeping an eye on the WeDot. How big is the corporation? Are we talking about 50 people or?
The Wildly Inappropriate Corporation, they're pretty big. They're like 300 or 400 people.
All right.
But I don't know what's going on internally with them, and I can't venture to guess. I know they've announced that they're going to come over. I don't know how many people they're going to want to bring with them, or if anyone's going to want to come at all. This is Goonswarm we're talking about here. So that remains to be seen. That's an exciting new territory we're going into.
Well, I mean, does that mean that there could be other WeDot corps that are like, oh, if they can skip it, we'll do it as well?
I don't know if we're going to let everyone in. I don't think we want to let everyone in.
We're already going the IT route of letting absolutely everyone in.
We
so
don't
why
want
not?
to do
Why
that.
stop there, my friend? Why stop
just
there?
the cream of the crop. Let the cream rise. That was given up.
Might it have been second choice after they got a no from PL?
Yes.
We don't say no to anyone, so I doubt that's the case.
You have super caps. You have Titans. Come
Come
join the PL
We
block.
have all of X-Atlas already. So
Yes, they do.
All of some Mercenary Coalition people as well.
Certainly we have a few, yes.
Didn't you just help X-Bob take space up in the north?
We certainly did. The people you didn't show up to defend.
Yeah, well, we did.
Is this
We were
like
there.
another?
We were there on our invisible bicycles.
Did you guys get the Michael Bolton excuse monologue where he was talking about? It was basically just rambling about why Alliance tournament teams, why the massive space holding Alliance tournament teams didn't do well, and he went out on a, well, you know, we're really busy fueling pauses.
I think it's really simple.
Doing logistics.
Mitani making long monologues? Why I never.
Well, this was actually
This was
Michael
Michael
Bolton.
But I think it was much simpler than that. Big alliances out in space fight big battles. Alliance tournament is not big battles. Wildly different format. Lots of small scale PvP. So you see small corporations like Outbreak who focus on that kind of thing. They can do extremely well. Whereas we're used to, I can't even see the grid. I don't know what that particle effect means. There's lots of little brackets everywhere. I'm just going to press F1, F2, F3. That's the kind of thing we're used to. That's what we deal with.
Well, I mean, then there's some alliances that do relatively well.
Yeah, well, there are exceptions to every rule. Yes.
All right. This is a lot of fun, and so we have the Incarna coming out very soon, within a few days, if my calendar memory does not fool me entirely.
Monday, Tuesday.
We're working on Dust. What craziness are we going to come up with next?
Wow. What are we going to come up with next? Spacesuits inside asteroids.
Spacesuits inside asteroids. That would be cool. Like 0G,
Yeah.
and maybe you could have guns and shoot people
In stations?
in asteroids.
In asteroids.
Walking in asteroids.
Walking in asteroids.
It'll be the new greatest thing.
Soon to come.
It'll be wonderful. Yeah. All right. So, if we were to talk about, we mentioned money before, that everyone had money. Is there value in trying to kind of scale down and say like, well, maybe everyone shouldn't have a Titan. Maybe we should take some money out of the economy, make some of the features pay less, or is it just not really going to have an effect?
Well, I don't think it's so much about making some of the features pay less. I think it would be better if we have more consumption. I don't think there really is enough consumption. Not that I want just random wear and tear or that kind of thing, but I think it's actually just fun to use things, and I think if we had more like just, you know, we have this concept of the perpetual machine, but it sort of breaks down when you get to the higher level. Like, you really only have any consumption when you lose ships, but if you're getting more stuff constantly, then it's, you know, the machine is not turning anymore. So
I mean, I wonder how many ships were even lost in Empire these days.
where's Dr. Ale?
Yeah, where's Dr. Ale? Maybe it would be fun to possibly cut down on suicide ganking, but give war decking a little bit of love.
Well, that suicide ganking's already been nerfed once, right?
Yeah,
Anyway.
It would also be good to see the bigger ships explode, but not only ships. There's one thing that takes a lot of ISK, which is the stations,
Yes.
which we're not able to blow up yet.
True.
Maybe we should have them blow. Anywho,
We should.
last semifinal. This is Voltron versus Razor. Gentlemen,
Razor.
Voltron.
I'm going for Voltron. I was reading some social networking formats, and
I
there,
see.
there were many people rooting for Voltron, so I'm going to go with my friends on the social
All
network.
right. I'm going to consult the ice cubes. This tastes like Voltron.